His name is Orson William Black, and as we first reported earlier this month, the 42-year-old Northern Arizona man now holds a very unique position in this state's history. The first man charged in nearly 50 years with crimes associated with the practice of polygamy. Mike Watkiss broke this story and has the latest now on the accused man, who authorities now can't seem to find. Mike?
Yeah, right you are, Patty. Orson William Black facing disturbing and in many ways unprecedented charges. In essence, sex crimes against children, taking teenage girls as his plural brides and then having sex and babies with these girls. Serious charges, but Mr. Black is not behind bars or even awaiting trial. No, he's apparently on the run, a fact that terrifies one woman who knows him very, very well.
This guy, he's so scary and evil.
Who is this baby?
He needs to be tried.
With obvious hesitation and obvious pain, a woman named Tamara Phelps talks for the first time publicly about the man who was once her polygamist husband, father of Tamara's 3 beloved children, a man by the name of Orson William Black.
He took me at a very young age and raped me and brainwashed me and beat me. And
Tamara says she became Orson William Black's second wife in the late 1980s when she was 17 and he was 27, a union that Tamara says was arranged by the aging polygamous prophet Rulon Jeffs. More young wives for William Black would follow, Tamara says. So, too, she claims, a regimen of physical and psychological abuse at the hands of her polygamist husband, charges spelled out in this graphic 1995 order of protection.
Him physically abusing me with his belt. He took it off, whipped my back with it, and
He whipped your back with a belt?
Mm-hmm.
Once?
No, a whole bunch of times.
Finally, Tamara says she was forced to flee to save her own life, but physically and emotionally battered and financially broke, Tamara says she was forced to leave her 3 children behind.
I finally had to escape with myself, and my daughters were in school when he was coming back out to hit me and kill me probably if I wouldn't have left then.
But while Tamara was gone, William Black's family continued to grow. Today, Black is believed to have dozens of children and 5 wives. The last 2, sisters Roberta and Beth Stubbs, girls allegedly taken and impregnated by Black while both were in their early teens. It's these alleged relationships that form the basis of Arizona's felony indictment of Orson William Black. Only problem, for the last month, cops on the Utah-Arizona border have been unable to find him.
And when he pulls these girls out of school, that's when he's married to them, and he's afraid they're going to go to school and the teachers are going to see the girls pregnant.
Phoenix resident Pennie Petersen, also familiar with Orson William Black. Pennie is the older sister of Black's wives and alleged victims, Beth and Roberta Stubbs. Pennie instrumental in helping Arizona's Attorney General put together the case against Black. And last week, Pennie helping Tamara Phelps get a court order to get Tamara's children out of Black's polygamist household.
It scares me to think they could get a hold of them and get them married off. Their lives would be a total mess, and there would be no hope.
He thinks that he talks straight to God, so he takes these little girls up on the mountain and talks to God and has God marry him on the point.
And under a desert moon, 3 TV on the scene as Pennie and Tamara hooked up with a sheriff's deputy from Washington County, Utah, and then traveled to one of Black's isolated homes along the border. And while people could be heard inside, no one answered.
Because the children are in the house and they're in danger, obviously, because they're the victims of these sexual crimes, I've notified our supervisor, who's in turn notified our SWAT team commander.
SWAT team.
Right.
The SWAT team called in because it was not known if Orson William Black himself was also in the home. But then, because of concerns for the safety of the many children also believed inside the home, the SWAT team was canceled and deputies left the scene, giving Black ample opportunity to flee if he was there. But the next day, a deputy did return to the house and collect Tamara Phelps' children.
I'm very terrified for what has happened to them in the past, and I'm very happy that they're getting help and getting out of this situation.
And there you see a very relieved Tamara Phelps taking her children home last Friday afternoon. And for his part, Mr. Black is still outstanding. Authorities looking for him, and people close to this case fear that he may have recently taken another teenage girl as a bride, Patty. Anybody with information about his whereabouts should contact authorities.
So, but he has dozens of children, right?
Lots of children. She got her children out of there. It's going to be a tough case to prove because the two victims, the Stubbs girls, don't want to help prosecutors. They apparently have told investigators that they didn't have sex with them, but they artificially inseminated themselves. In essence, the turkey baster defense. Prosecutors don't buy it.
Wow, quite a story. Thank you very much for that, Mike.
Right you are, Patty. 3TV first to report last night that after months of investigation, an Arizona grand jury has now formally indicted an Arizona polygamist on sex crime charges against a child. This follows last year's indictment of a Utah polygamist on similar charges from the same border town area around Colorado City, Arizona. Two separate, unprecedented cases in two separate states, but with one powerful common denominator, a Phoenix resident by the name of Pennie Petersen.
I was 14 years old. They come and told me I was going to marry a man, 48 years old. I was going to be his fifth wife. I ran fast and as hard as I can go.
But today, at the age of 33, Valley resident Pennie Petersen no longer on the run. From what she describes as her abusive and cult-like upbringing in the polygamous town of Colorado City, Arizona, a place where Pennie was one of 30 children, born to a father with 5 wives.
And as you grow up, you serve your father. When you get 14, 15, whatever age they decide to marry off, they marry off and you're going to serve another man. So that's your duty your whole life, serving. They're slaves. They're slaves to the man.
Indeed, Pennie no longer on the run, but taking a stand to break what she sees as this cycle of slavery for women. During the last year, Pennie Petersen actively helping Arizona prosecutors put together an unprecedented case against an Arizona polygamist by the name of William Black, Jr., a man believed to have 5 wives and more than 20 children. Black allegedly took his 2 youngest wives, sisters Beth and Roberta Stubbs, when the girls were pre-teens, and then had both pregnant by the age of 15. Pennie Petersen is the girl's older sister.
It's horrible. It's a horrible way to live and grow up. Nobody helped me. Nobody helped me. So maybe I can help somebody else. Maybe I can help a sister.
And if Pennie's story sounds familiar, it is. Last year, Pennie helped yet another of her young teenage sisters, Ruth Stubbs, as Ruth fled a polygamous marriage to a 36-year-old Colorado City police officer, a man by the name of Rodney Holm. Holm is believed to have 3 wives with nearly 24 children, and with Pennie's help, Utah authorities now prosecuting Holm for having 2 children with Ruth by the time the girl was 17.
Are they isolated incidents?
No, it's normal. This is normal behavior and been normal for years.
But now with prosecutors in both Utah and Arizona taking aim at the alleged crimes against women and children in this border-straddling community, polygamous foes hoping a powerful message is sent to the secretive leaders who run this isolated town, a message that probably never would have been heard had it not been for the courage of a very dedicated sister, Phoenix resident Pennie Petersen.
Because I can't handle seeing my little sisters be married off at such young ages and going through the hardships that I've seen so many women out there go through, including my sisters.
Now, despite the indictment of Mr. Black, last time we checked, investigators up in Colorado City have been unable to find him to serve a subpoena. And Pennie says, well, she's grateful that Arizona law officers are now taking this step. She's slammed CPS. She said she brought this issue of these 2 younger sisters having sex with this man to their attention about 5 years ago, and the agency, she says, did nothing. We've contacted CPS, and they haven't gotten back to us.
It's unbelievable. Thank you very much, Mike. Suddenly, it is one of the hottest topics in the country, the practice of polygamy and the pursuit of polygamous leader Warren Jeffs. But Mike Watkins is here to show us why Warren Jeffs may soon be forced to share the unflattering spotlight. Mike?
Yeah, right you are, Patty. Fugitive polygamous leader Warren Jeffs now in the white-hot spotlight. Ever since being profiled by the hit TV show America's Most Wanted last weekend. Now the crime-busting program turning its cameras on another guy well known to 3 TV viewers, a man by the name of Orson William Black.
The information I have is that he's sort of a pedophile, and this is what he does, this is what he's into, and clearly we want that to stop.
U.S. Marshal Dennis Harkins today setting his sights on this guy, 45-year-old Orson William Black.
This guy, he's so scary and evil.
At the age of 17, Tamara Phelps was given to a 27-year-old Orson William Black as a third wife, a marriage arranged by Rulon Jeffs, the father of now wanted fugitive polygamous prophet Warren Jeffs, a marriage that Tamara says was abusive from the beginning.
He took me at a very young age and raped me and brainwashed me and beat me.
Who is this guy, William Black? He's a religious fanatic. He's a child molester. He's a polygamist.
Activist Pennie Petersen, active in this case. 2 of Pennie's younger sisters were taken by Orson William Black as young plural brides and then allegedly impregnated by the time they were 15. Because of Pennie, Black now faces criminal charges in both cases.
He's a rapist. He's a child molester. He likes to prey on 12, 13, 14-year-old girls. If they were any older, he knows he couldn't get them, so that's what he preys on.
Our history with Orson William Black dates back to the spring of 2003. We were with a SWAT team as it surrounded Black's home near the Utah-Arizona border one night. But then cops, fearing for the safety of children inside, decided to back off. Orson William Black used the opportunity to escape. But then a couple of months later, we tracked him down deep inside the Mexican state of Chihuahua, where I had an odd encounter with a wanted man, literally bumping into him inside a small market. Black again fled, straight out the back door, and disappeared over a wall.
Is Mr. Black aquí?
Sí,
He's
aquí
living
vive.
here.
Aquí vive.
He lives here. He lives here with 2, maybe 3 wives. One is younger than 13 years old.
We're actively looking for him.
Indeed, U.S. Marshals now upping the ante on Orson William Black, actively assisting the hit TV show America's Most Wanted with a profile of Black being rushed to broadcast this Saturday night.
The more people that know him and have seen him, the more tips we're going to get, and we can put these tips together and hopefully come up with an arrest.
Now, Patty, we should tell you that Orson William Black is no longer a follower of Warren Jeffs. He broke away and apparently is his own prophet, in his own mind at least, has his own little following. We're told that a big reward will also be announced when that show broadcasts Saturday night.
That poor woman, Tamara, just looks haunted by her
She
experience
reflects
with him.
women don't get out of that without a lot of scars, and she's been through a lot.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mike.